मारुति से बस आ से अंडा ऊ से उल्लू और ये वाला ये ठीक बता रहा है.
Reading by joining letters is not enough. Reading is a window which opens on the landscape of this world. It is the most significant aspect of education. The plight of this most significant aspect of education is pathetic. A survey conducted under Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan stands testimony to the fact that only 56% children of class 3 read with comprehension.
सोचने लगी स्कूल जाऊं तो
One of the multiple reasons for the exodus of children from schools in primary classes is that they cannot read with comprehension. Their inability to read with comprehension adversely affects their achievement in other curricular areas, and then their overall failure compels them to leave the school. The concern about the reading achievements of children becomes manifest either when they refuse to go to school or when they reach grades 4 and 5 without making any mark in the area of reading. That teachers concentrate only on letter recognition throughout the year, and children fail to read with comprehension.
उसका पेट मुझसे परेशान था.
Early years of formal schooling mark the best starting point to initiate programs to take children into the world of reading. By the end of class 1 and the beginning of class 2, every child should have received adequate guidance in the direction of self-induced interest in the printed word. Children can shape themselves out as proficient readers only if they find themselves in a print-friendly ambience, replete with opportunities for reading, and when they are surrounded by appropriate and attractive reading materials. To learn to read will, in effect, mean to read to learn.
हमारे यहाँ पारंपरिक रूप से पढ़ना सिखाने की विधियों में ये मान्यता निहित है कि पहले बच्चों को भाषा के बुनियादी अवयव सिखाए जाएं, और सबसे बुनियादी अवयव माना गया है अक्षर, जिसकी एक ध्वनि है. तो हमारा बहुत सा समय अक्षर ज्ञान देने में निकल जाता है, और अक्षर ज्ञान देने से आशय होता है कि अक्षर की आकृति और उस आकृति के साथ जुड़ी हुई ध्वनि का अभ्यास कराना. आधुनिक मनोविज्ञान हमको ये बताता है कि बच्चों को ऐसी चीज पढ़ाना बहुत मुश्किल होता है जिसका वो अर्थ न समझ पाए, या जिसमें उनको कोई अर्थ न दिखाई दे. अब ये जो पूरा आकृति ध्वनि विज्ञान है, इसको छोटे बच्चे की दृष्टि से देखिए तो ये एक बहुत ही उबाऊ, एक बहुत ही नीरस, और आप कह सकते हैं बड़ा बोझिल काम है. और उस आकृति में भी कोई अर्थ नहीं है. वो अर्थ तो तब अर्थ बनता है जब हम किसी चीज को इस संसार में, इस जगत में किसी चीज को चिन्हित करने के लिए या किसी और का ध्यान उसकी ओर दिलाने के लिए हम उस शब्द का प्रयोग एक संदर्भ में करते हैं. यानी वाक्य एक ऐसी बुनियादी संरचना है जिसमें कोई अर्थ प्रकट हो सकता है, और अक्सर अलग से वाक्य में भी अर्थ नहीं होता. वो अर्थ तभी प्रकट होता है जब वो वाक्य किसी संदर्भ में इस्तेमाल किया जाए. अक्षरों से अर्थ की तरफ जाने की जगह चलिए अर्थ से अक्षरों की तरफ चलें. इसलिए हम उनको सार्थक संरचनाएं अगर देंगे तो वो पढ़ना ज्यादा जल्दी सीख जाएंगे. समय आने पर वर्णमाला भी सीख लेगा. वर्णमाला तो एक, आप कह सकती हैं, एक औजार है जिसकी जरूरत पड़ने पर हम सब उसको सीख लेते हैं. लेकिन पढ़ना सिखाना कोई औजार विज्ञान नहीं है. पढ़ना सिखाना तो इस जगत में एक अर्थ ढूंढने के क्रम का एक हिस्सा है.
In order to focus the attention of policymakers and curriculum designers on pedagogy of reading, the National Council of Educational Research and Training these are academicians, experienced and thoughtful teachers, writers, activists associated with NGOs and policymakers. These resource groups have been formed to ensure a smooth and meaningful running of the various programs of the cell. The Reading Development Cell has launched its experimental project in Mathura district of the state of Uttar Pradesh. It serves as a testing ground for all the follow-up activities of the cell. 561 schools from 5 blocks of the Mathura district have been identified for experimental studies of the cell. Keeping in view the challenges involved in teaching children to read with comprehension, the cell has outlined its activities in detail. Major programs undertaken by the Reading Development graded reading series would encourage children to read books by making use of their natural, basic skills of reading. The series would inspire children to become confident and lifelong readers. This series is developed keeping in view the idea that children learn to read at their own pace. 40 books based on 5 themes have been developed. The books have been divided in 4 levels. It has been done to ensure that each child gets an opportunity to select for herself The cell has brought out 3 dossiers on reading to create awareness among teachers regarding the concept of reading. These dossiers reflect the findings of researches conducted in various parts of the world on the issue of reading. The dossiers bring forth the philosophical and psycholinguistic approaches to reading. From the stock of available children's literature in Hindi and English, 90 books in Hindi and around 70 books in English have been selected. The selections were carried out in consultation with experts in the area of children's literature. Criteria for selection of children's literature in Hindi. The Reading Development Cell felt the need to create reading corners in the classrooms. These corners are defined as sites easily accessible to children and have ample, interesting and meaningful books. A model was designed and the reading corners have been created in 561 schools of Mathura with the active support of teachers. Due to lack of clarity in understanding the concept of reading among teachers and other stakeholders, the pedagogy of reading has not received adequate attention. After all, what is reading? How do we teach children to read? Are there different methodologies for teaching reading?
ये जो बोली हुई भाषा की अनुगूंजें हैं, आप कह सकते हैं प्रतिध्वनियां हैं जो हमारे वातावरण में व्याप्त होती हैं, जो बच्चे को हमारे आसपास रहने से ही प्राप्त हो जाती हैं, ये सिखाना नहीं होता। यही वो ज्ञान है, आप कह सकते हैं, जो पढ़ने के कौशल में काम आ सकता है, बशर्ते कि हम पढ़ने के कौशल को एक यांत्रिक कौशल ना माने, एक आत्मीय कौशल माने, जिसका सीधा सीधा संबंध बोलने और सुनने से है और जिसमें सबसे बड़ी क्षमता काम आती है, वो है अनुमान करने की।
Discussions with teachers from time to time have yielded some answers to these questions. However, the search will continue. The Reading Development Cell has on board many specialists with an in-depth understanding of the philosophy of reading. Members of non-government organizations, teachers, and teacher educators. With their help, we'll carry on the early reading program. Some master trainers have already been oriented in the pedagogy of reading. Since the manual on reading is based on teachers' own experiences and queries, they have found it very useful and easy to use. Now they have a better understanding of the importance of reading and its promotion among children. Mathura Pilot Project serves as a testing ground for the activities and publications of the Reading Development Cell, which is committed to sharing the experiences of the project with states and union territories. Partnership among members of the community, guardians, teachers, and policymakers can create an appropriate climate for nurturing the culture of reading. The cell has organized a book fair, street plays, film shows in furtherance of the activities already going on in schools of Mathura under its pilot project. A successful book fair was organized in the Govardhan block of Mathura. Local writers, artists, and children participated in the event and staged shows in other distant blocks of Mathura as well. The awareness campaign prompted partnerships among children and the community. It helped create consciousness about the importance of learning to read in the lives of children. Today, children in 561 schools of 5 blocks of the Mathura district have reading corners in their classrooms, sets of selected children's literature, and graded reading series, Barkha, with them. Monitoring and evaluation is another major activity for ascertaining levels of progress of a project. The Reading Development Cell has developed tools as yardsticks of testing the project's outcomes. The process of monitoring and evaluation is in progress. The results will be shared with the states and union territories. The cornerstone of all the efforts of the Reading Cell is that children should begin to learn to read with comprehension and pleasure and eventually become lifelong readers. Our efforts could not have materialized without the support of state authorities, teachers, block resource coordinators, Nyaya Panchayat resource coordinators of Mathura, and state project coordinators, pedagogy coordinators, and all others who have made significant contributions in this major goal-oriented program.